が多すぎて。
お父さん、
あかん。
ドナルド君をまだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。
アメリカ、万歳、ファイト。
What's up, YouTube? It's KayHon, aka KayHon puts you on, and today we are talking about Studio Ghibli AI being a bigger problem than you think. As always, if you like the content, make sure you like and subscribe, and comment what you think down below, because it's crazy, bro. But let's get into it. If you've been off of Twitter and you have a healthy mental state, you probably haven't seen the Studio Ghibli AI that's been exploding everywhere. This comes after ChatGPT released like a new AI generative image software update. And basically you can type in whatever you want and it'll give you kind of more accurate depictions of whatever you prompt it. So if you don't know ChatGPT and you've been outside the AI world, you can basically type whatever you want. You can type, give me an image of a monkey riding a bear, and it'll generate this image. Now recently, this has been happening with an AI, with an animation company called Studio Ghibli. Now, when this ChatGPT new edition update happened, I guess it got really good at copying styles, and the specific anime style is from Studio Ghibli, and they've made like Spirited Away and a whole bunch of other amazing anime movies, which you should definitely check out. But now this ChatGPT AI is able to replicate this style, and it does an accurate job. Like, you know that it's Studio Ghibli styled. Like, you can tell with the pictures. And I'll put some up here so you can like compare and contrast. I'll put like a real Studio Ghibli drawing, and then I'll put a picture that used the AI to reference it. People have been doing this with like their dogs, cats, everything, bro. And it was all over Twitter, and there was people releasing their own kind of software to do it as well, so you didn't have to use ChatGPT and they could profit off of it. And the AI community just went insane. It was probably the biggest AI image boom that I had seen since kind of the initial drop of ChatGPT, and it was all over my Twitter feed. I saw it on Instagram. I saw there's mad YouTube videos talking about it as well. And you're like, okay, cool. Like, this is a new AI imaging. This is something that we haven't seen before necessarily, and like as good as it is. But what's the big problem with this? There's two main points that I really want to touch on within this video. The first, it's being used in propaganda. Now you're gonna be like, what are you talking about? What propaganda is it being used in? So the official White House Twitter made two posts using this Studio Ghibli AI. I'm assuming they have some younger person running the social media, which is unheard of in a government. Normally it's all old people doing all this stuff, but they're really fast on trends. They're really fast to like pick up what's happening on Twitter, and Twitter's become like a very more right-wing space after Elon Musk took it over. So this doesn't surprise me whatsoever. But basically, the White House Twitter account hopped on this trend to kind of spread their political ideology. Now, whatever side you're on, bro, whatever side, right wing, left wing, middle ground, centered, whatever you want to say, there is no denying the fact that this is being used, the Studio Ghibli AI is being used to push a political agenda. And the specific one is on the official White House Twitter. This is the official page. This is where you go for White House updates on Twitter, which I think is crazy in its own right. But whatever. If you get your news on Twitter, that's where you get your news. Whatever. It's so insane to see a style that was created be taken and used in this light. So the creator is oh my gosh.
Hayao Miyazaki.
So the creator is Hayao Miyazaki. Now I'm going to call him Miyazaki for short. But Miyazaki has commented on AI being used in his work, his view on AI in general. Now this was in 2016, but he called AI grotesque.
こんなことをやっています。絵を描く機械を作りたいな。はい。地球の最後の日が近いって感じですね。それは人間の方が自信がなくなってくるから。
And he said he didn't want to near his work, and it was kind of the end times, as he described it, within 2016. And this is when AI wasn't even as good as it is now at copying work. And so I don't believe that Miyazaki would be a fan, one, of AI being used in his artwork at all, which we'll get to in the second point, but also that it's being used for propaganda. I don't think that's what his style was intended for whatsoever. None of his movies have had like pro-right, pro-Trump, pro-United States within his movies at all, to my understanding. And he also has a scene in one of his movies where he said, "I'd rather be a pig than a fascist." And I think this is kind of him commenting on his view on political states. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's very apparent to see that Miyazaki would not be a fan of artwork being used in this way, and especially for AI to do a rendition of it so free and openly, especially not giving any credits to him at all. So I think it's very telling that people are just using this and not even considering him at all, or Studio Ghibli, or other artists at all. I think it goes to show kind of how AI is going to be used in the future, especially when it comes to misrepresentation of ideals or values. I think you could even see this within AI music, where there's going to be people that may use like an AI Kanye voice or an AI Travis Scott voice. Kanye is not a good example because Kanye would be down for anything. But let's say an AI Kendrick, and are going to have them say words that they wouldn't necessarily say, or say ideals and values that they wouldn't necessarily say. Like, you could have a Kendrick AI or Travis Scott AI spiel pro-right, pro-left, pro-centered views and values that they wouldn't identify with, that almost show a like, people might think like, oh, Kendrick represents this. Oh, this is Kendrick actually saying this. Or that Kendrick approves of this message. And I could definitely see, and I know people have already probably done AI that has done this in terms of music, but within art, it's kind of the same thing. I don't think Miyazaki would want his art portrayed in this way, especially on the official White House Twitter. I think that's kind of insane. So that's kind of my first point, is you're seeing it in propaganda already, and you're seeing AI be used as a tool to spread messaging of a political party, especially one that is promoting kind of inhumane activities. I think even one of their images was a woman getting arrested. This woman is accused for like trafficking fentanyl, which is terrible. But again, like, this is a human who's like crying, and they portray her like with this American flag in the background, this police officer smiling because he's so happy. And it just kind of feels inhumane, kind of as a lot of AI already does. And they also have one that speaks directly about like not conforming to the ideals of like the left party. And no matter where you sit on either side, it just feels very off. It feels very like it lacks feeling and emotion. Just even the person generating it is not thinking about these things at all. They're just doing it to hop on a trend and push their agenda, which I'm not rocking with. So that's my first point, is that AI is going to be used and is being used to push values onto people, push values onto art, push values into music, and to wherever. My second point is that AI inherently is stealing people's work, which I have personal beef with. If you don't know how AI works, basically AI is fed information. Based on this information, it trains itself as if an intelligent thing would, and then spits out what you tell it to. But because of this, AI companies like OpenAI, people generating their own AI software, are training this off of like Google Images. It's pulling all this Google information, these stock photos. It's pulling everything it can to generate different images. So that's pulling, if you're an artist or a painter or a musician, it's pulling that work to train itself. Now, because of this, it's training itself off of your data. Even if you're a writer, even if you are an accountant and you came up with a new formula or something, or whatever work you have published in the public domain, the AI is taking to train itself. Now, you're not getting paid for that. You're not getting credit for that. You're not getting acknowledged anywhere within this AI algorithm, yet you are helping this AI train and make money. Like, OpenAI is making billions of dollars off of your work. It's making billions of dollars off of different artists' work, and no one is getting credit, no one's getting royalties, no one's getting payment, even if you consent to it or not. Miyazaki just has not publicly consented, and they just took his art anyway, and they said whatever. He's not going to say nothing about it. Let's just take it, and everybody can generate his art. Everybody can do what they want. And then so you see videos being generated using Studio Ghibli inspired artwork. And this style is very, very... Now, you would easily tell it's trained off of Studio Ghibli. And no one's getting credited. The artist who hand drew this, who put in all this work, time, and effort, like some people spent months on a single scene. I think there's one page where Miyazaki spent... Or there's a 4-second scene where Miyazaki spent 4 months drawing every person. It's like a train scene. It's insane. It's crazy. And that work's getting taken, and other people are able to profit off of that without his consent. So all of his hard work is just going into the capitalist machine instantaneously, and he's not even getting credit. Like, so literally, I saw somebody say, "Send me a picture, and I'll make you a Studio Ghibli picture." And they had AI in there, but it's like, you're not making it, gang. Like, why? We should say that the AI is making it. I'll have the AI make you one. But instead of you saying, I'll make you one. Like, you're not doing nothing. The AI is doing everything else. That's kind of my second issue with AI in general, within art, within music, within, like, any artistic field, creative field, is that you have these software engineers who don't necessarily, like, value art in the same way that, like, some people do, or the creator might, or that I do. And because of that, they don't consider the artist at all. They consider this painting, this image, to be data. This is data for the AI to be trained off of. And I'm not anti-AI inherently. I'm not an anti-AI person. Without a doubt, I think AI has some really, really cool, like, it has crazy potential. I think AI has the capabilities to cure Alzheimer's. I think AI has the capabilities to cure dementia. I think it has the capabilities to make life very, very smooth, might fix poverty. Like, it could do crazy things given the right resources and used for the right things. However, I think art is a space where, like, AI is just going to cripple the art space. Actual artists are just going to be profited off of with no credit given, and their jobs are going to be taken, like graphic designers, people within animation. And it's just a matter of time. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen today. It may not happen in a year. But within a matter of time, like, we will see AI take over these positions, and instead of having a graphic designer to design cool, unique imagery, you're going to have one head of marketing dude type in a prompt. Like, give me a Monster soda can advertisement, and the AI will just make this thing. It's going to make an entire advertisement for you. I do want to give some solutions to these. Like, I don't necessarily want to just say there's a problem with something and not give kind of like what I think maybe could be beneficial to solve kind of both of these issues. So first, my first solution is, one, I think artists, especially if it's a dominant style like Studio Ghibli, you 100% have to credit that. 100% have to credit that. I think you have to make it very clear that it's AI, that whatever you're doing is AI. If AI is altering reality or altering or taking directly from one singular thing, you 100% got to put AI in there. You got to have like an AI water tag. Like, this is AI. Like, everyone should know that you made this using AI, because a lot of people are going to just steal work, have stolen work, have claimed it's not AI, claimed it's a drawing, and it was AI. So I think that's a huge problem. I think that by default has to happen 100%. It needs to be extremely clear, especially in writing too. I think if you're a writer, you're making scripts, or you're posting newspaper articles, I think if you're using AI, you got to put, I used AI here. You could say it's AI assisted, whatever, but you got to put that it was AI. That's the first point. That's a given. Second point that I think would be really cool, I don't know if it could actually happen, but I think it'd be really cool if AI had to have permission from the artist it uses to learn off of. And I think this could be done in a few different ways. I think a company, multiple companies, people in general could submit their work to like a stock image website and be like, okay, I'm cool if AI trains off of this, right? So let's say I'm an artist. I upload my music or my painting to the stock website, and AI companies can pay me 2 cents to buy it, to train off of it, right? OpenAI makes billions of dollars. They can afford to pay 100,000 people 2 cents to use their art or music or likeness, whatever. But that's me giving consent. I think consent needs to be given. It'd be really cool if consent could be given. And that's used to train the AI for artistic purposes, right? Now, same with writing. I think if the AI is going to take someone's writing, they need to consent to it. They need to be like, okay, I'm cool if my work gets trained off of it. I think consent's kind of huge, especially within, like, this is kind of like sampling or interpolating within the music industry. It's the same thing with painting or scripts or writing books. It's sampling and interpolating. Like, it's doing the same exact thing, but at, like, a much higher volume. And so I think these two things could be really huge. I think that would be really beneficial because, like, artists would then get money and maybe they could set their own rates. They would get credited for these things. Like, oh, my art was using this AI algorithm, right? Like, I think that could be really beneficial. Another thing that could happen, which I feel like that's less likely to happen, is that companies and people are unable to profit off of AI generated images, animations, writing, unless they give the credit and they pay the people and the people consent and everything. And you say it's AI. I think those are my constraints for that. And I say that because one argument that I heard from my software engineer friends that I think is, like, truthful is that if we don't have AI, other countries with AI will take over. 100%. I think that's bound to happen. AI is just too efficient. It's too good. That's going to happen, right? But I think in an industry like art and music, which in the grand scheme of, like, generating money is not the highest thing ever. Like, oil makes like 4 trillion, and I think music alone makes like 29 billion or something worldwide. So there's, like, levels to this, right? And AI art is not an industry where AI needs to take over, where all of society will be so much more efficient if AI takes over. I think something like medicine could be a lot more efficient and safer if AI was, like, trained properly, and that would be beneficial. Like, saving lives should be as efficient and safe as possible. Safety being the main priority, right? And I think that goes for any job that could be dangerous. These are understandable fields where I can see, like, we probably need AI within these fields. Now, this leads to, like, a whole nother string of, like, should AI be replacing jobs? I don't want to get into that necessarily. Like, I am not for that outright, right? But especially within the art fields, I can't see a good argument for why AI is needed to replace graphic designers or replace people who already are making, like, a median income of, like, $59,000. Like, the median income for a graphic designer is, like, $59,000, which is good, but it doesn't reach a level as, like, someone that is a software engineer, someone that's within finance. So I can't understand fully the argument that why AI needs to replace these jobs. And I just think art is inherently a human thing. And so I don't want AI to take that and to get rid of it. Right? Like, if you want to make AI art, okay, cool. But you need to label it as AI and, like, make sure the people that you're training off of are cool with it. Like, I think that's huge. I think Miyazaki doesn't want his art taken over. Don't take his art over with AI. He doesn't like AI. In 2016, he didn't like it. That was not even 10 years ago. So if he didn't like it then, shouldn't be using it now unless he says it's cool. So that's my belief. That's my thought process with AI. What do you guys think? Again, I think this is a conversation that has many different viewpoints. So let me know if you have a different take on it. If you have the same take, let me know. Whatever you're feeling. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in, for watching. I know this was, like, a little bit different from my music conversation. I try to put music in here a little bit. But I mainly like talking about art in general. So I might do other, like, painting, art, animation videos in the future. But music is the main passion that I have and that I'm most knowledgeable on. So that's why I mainly do music. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in and making it this far. I have other videos down in the description below, down on this page, so definitely check it out there. As always, I love you guys and appreciate you guys. Peace out. Be smooth.